Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our second session in the State Senator Patricia Van Pelt Virtual Job Fair Series. Today, we will be hearing from 10 employers hiring for various positions across multiple industries. Each employer will speak for approximately 5 minutes to give you some information about their company and will highlight the job openings they currently have. If you have questions at any time, please type them into the chat and we will address them during the Q&A session that will be taking place after all employers have presented. At the end of the Q&A session, we will hear from the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership, IDES, and Illinois workNet to learn about some additional resources that are available to assist you with your job search. If you have not yet already, please be sure to register for Thursday's breakout room session where you will have an opportunity to communicate directly with employer representatives. A link to the registration page will be provided in the chat. Please note, you will need to be sure to register for each session individually. Today's session is being recorded and will be made available in the employer booths for you to refer to later. Now, I am pleased to introduce Brittany with the Illinois Department of Corrections. Brittany?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good morning. You can begin whenever you're ready.
Okay. My name is Brittany Ott. I work with the Illinois Department of Corrections. I have been with the agency for over 22 years, and I'm going to give some information today on some of our entry level as well as our advanced positions that we most common have vacant, and a brief explanation on how to apply for those positions with our agency. So our mission statement with the agency is to increase public safety by promoting positive change with offender behavior, operating successful reentry programs, and reducing recidivism. That provides an opportunity for each of our locations statewide. We have almost 30 in total, to be very diverse in not only our population and our staff, but the programs that we offer to our population. So with that, we have a lot of positions that have different requirements. So we have everything from entry-level positions that require high school diploma all the way to doctorate degrees. We have recently adopted a diversity, equity, inclusion statement, and we have added that to our website, and we're putting this onto all of our employment flyers and handouts. We just want to be very clear and transparent that our agency is thoroughly committed to establishing policies and practices that allow for us to be an equal opportunity employer that does not exclude anyone. So as you can see on the state map, we have a lot of locations throughout the state of Illinois. And as I said before, they vary in programming, they vary in size. So our needs at each of the facilities is very different. The positions that we hire are similar, but we have some facilities that are larger and offer a different type of programming. Therefore, the titles and needs at those facilities are slightly different. But this gives a good idea of all the locations that we have statewide. So anybody that is interested in relocating or working somewhere else, maybe down the road, we probably have a location that is near the area in Illinois. And we mentioned before that the variety of jobs require a variety of education and experience. So we have some entry-level positions, and this is just a small example of the positions that we have available for entry-level that require a high school diploma or GED. One of those main positions is our correctional officer position. We have accountant clerks, office assistants and associates, office administrators, and telecommunicator positions, just as a small example of some of the positions that are we consider entry level. We have an example of positions that require 2 years of college license or certification. Account technician, office coordinator, our nurses, and food supervisors. Nursing positions are available at several of our facilities and are usually second in line to our officer positions as far as vacancies. And then we have a variety of positions that require 4 years of college or more. The top of that list is our corrections treatment officer, which is located at only 2 locations in the state, one in Joliet, one in Elgin. They require individuals to have a bachelor's degree in social work, mental health or related field. Our mental health professionals, social workers require a master's degree and beyond. We have educator positions, accountant supervisors, and of course, public service administrators, to mention a few of those titles. So some of the great benefits that we have to offer is our health, our vision, dental. We have a life insurance policy at 100% of your annual salary. And some of the time off that you come in the door earning right away is 3 personal business days that you can take at any time. We have 10 vacation days, 12 sick days per year. And the sick days carry over, vacation days increase with your time of service. And how to apply. So for the non-officer, non-security positions, you're going to visit work.illinois.gov. This website is being updated, so you can probably check back frequently and see new positions across all the state agencies that are being added each week, or you can create a profile and create alerts. So you choose the category that you're interested in, whether it be location, specific state agency, or a job title. You create that alert and you will be automatically sent emails when they post positions in that category. So it's a very convenient thing for those of us that are very busy. So I encourage you to go to work.illinois.gov and view that. And then our officer positions, we screen for those. If you're interested in obtaining a screening or testing date, visiting illinois.gov/IDOC, looking under Training Academy, and there's a short application to fill out to receive that testing date. And that is the end of my presentation. And thank you for your time. And I look forward to any questions and seeing individuals tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Brittany. And again, we just want to reiterate, if you do have any questions for Brittany regarding employment or the application process with the Illinois Department of Corrections, please feel free to enter those questions into the chat. We'll get those answered when we reach our Q&A portion. Thank you, Brittany. Our next presenter will be Susanna with the Chicago Transit Authority. Susanna, are you available to present?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. You can begin whenever you're ready.
All right, thank you. All right, good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to be here today. My name is Susana Orozco. I am a recruiter with the Talent Acquisition Department at Chicago Transit Authority. Today, I'm going to give you an overview of the CTA, talk about our different career opportunities, and also our application process. CTA employs close to 10,000 hardworking and dedicated individuals who have a passion for public service. CTA plays a vital role in the community by providing safe and reliable transportation to the city of Chicago and surrounding suburbs. We link people, jobs, and communities. Most of our workforce is made up of union employees, but we also have non-union positions. Our frontline employees, including our bus operators and bus servicers, are union positions. A non-union position at CTA includes our attorneys, our recruiters, and our management personnel. We have numerous locations throughout the city of Chicago, including our headquarters office located on Lake and Jefferson. We also have 7 bus garages and 9 rail terminals. Employees are stationed throughout our various work locations. When people think about CTA, they think about buses and trains. People tend to think that we only hire bus and rail operators. This is partially true. However, we also have other employment opportunities in addition to these 2 positions. At CTA, we have 6 main lines of business. Our operations department houses all of our bus and rail operators. Our operators are responsible for getting you to your destination. Our maintenance department are responsible for the upkeeping of our buses and trains. These departments house our bus mechanics and also our car repairers. Facility maintenance and infrastructure ensures our work locations, including our rail tracks, are safe and well equipped. We also hire our own attorneys, IT, and human resources professionals. In HR alone, the team is broken down into sub-departments, including talent acquisition, which is my department, benefits, compensation, and HR testing and selection. Most of our non-union positions are housed at headquarters located on Lake and Jefferson. So 2 of our most popular positions within the authority are bus operator and bus mechanic. A bus operator is responsible for driving a bus on an assigned bus route. Although a bus operator is a part-time position, you have the opportunity to work up to 40 hours a week. A bus mechanic is responsible for repairing our bus fleet. Bus mechanic is a full-time position with 5 months paid training. Both bus operator and bus mechanic are assigned to a specific bus garage. Both positions are union positions. Salary for bus operator is $23.44 per hour, and for bus mechanic, $29.82 per hour. Both positions offer great medical benefits. You can find benefit information on our website. So to learn more about our career opportunities, visit our career website at transitchicago.com/careers. Here you can find salary information, learn about the job requirements for all open positions, and find out how long a position is posted for. New positions are posted weekly each Friday for a minimum duration of 2 weeks. If you think you're qualified for a position, make sure you apply before the position expires, the job posting. So all applicants must fill out an application online to be considered for an opportunity at Chicago Transit Authority. There are 4 easy steps you have to complete. Number 1, you visit our career website at transitchicago.com/careers. Number 2, you register and you create a profile. Make sure you provide a valid email address and telephone number. If this information is invalid, we will be unable to reach you. Number 3, you upload your resume. Make sure you provide an updated resume that reflects your most recent experience. And number 4, you apply. You can log into your candidate portal and see what status of your application. Make sure you check your email on a regular basis. We will follow up with next steps via email and your phone once we had a chance to review your qualifications. You can sign up to receive email alerts when a specific position gets posted. Do not create duplicate accounts, as this will cause many delays with your employment application. Okay, so follow us on LinkedIn to learn more about our culture, our career opportunities, and also upcoming job fairs. All right, so I hope you enjoyed our presentation. Thank you everyone for joining us today.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Susanna. And if you do have any questions for Susanna regarding employment with the Chicago Transit Authority, please feel free to enter those into the chat. We will get those answered during our Q&A session that will be taking place after all employers have presented. Thank you again, Susanna. Our next presenter will be Herman Jackson with the Hospitality and Tourism Sector Center. Herman, are you available to present?
Yes.
Fantastic. You can begin whenever you're ready.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Herman Jackson. I'm the Director of Training for the Chicago Director of Business Services for Chicago Workforce Partnership, Hospitality and Tourism Sector Center. This first slide was just talking about our streaming services, which is the WIO funding, Workforce Investment Opportunity Act, which is our funder is Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership, which is the largest nonprofit workforce development system in the nation. Partnership has placed more than 70,000 individuals in employment and collaborated with over 2,000 employers and administered more than 300 million federal and philanthropic funds. The partnership network is more than 50 community-based organizations, 10 American job centers, and sector-driven centers serving over 132 municipalities. The Hospitality and Tourism Sector Center is one of the workforce development networks, which is operated by Pyramid Partnership, which operates the Sector Center and is one of the 50 community-based organizations. This next slide, we're talking Pyramid Partnership, which is the organization that I represent, where we've been around since 1985, funding long-term solutions to employment opportunities for individuals as far as training services. And in the industries such as banking, healthcare organization, trade association, professional firms, food service, hospitality industry, tourism, security, education institutions, retail operations, and government agencies. Industry overview, Chicago Cook. To hospitality and tourism sector center is diverse as the people it employs. down to the people that it serves. We cater all income levels, all activities and services. Access can be founded through all modes of transportation from individuals on boating, biking, foot traffic, cars, plane, trains, automobiles. Chicago Cook is a major transportation hub. Hospitality is currently defined as experience in the skills and no longer limited to within its own industries, but transferable to virtually every other industry and sector. Next slide, please. With the hospitality and tourism being on the downfall due to the pandemic, people know this industry needs to know how the transferable skill can transfer to other industries. And the hospitality and tourism sector center will help them do that. And industries such as bank teller, member services, receiving clerk, administrative assistants, social media specialists, HR assistants, and medical administrative assistant. Our sector spotlight job seeker services that we offer is basic career services, job placement assistance, and specialized skills training. The snapshot of some of our open positions that we're recruiting for today includes assistant restaurant manager, housekeeping, barista, dishwasher, busser, bartender. All of the food service positions do require the individual have to have a food handler's license. The positions such as bartender or barista, you have to have a food handler's license along with a bachelor's certification for the purpose of serving alcohol comes with those positions. Grocery clerk is one of our positions we're recruiting for, guest services clerk, line cook, and servers. Next steps, you can email your resumes to me, hjackson@pyramid-pci.com, or call 312-374-4455, or we do have a special email address to send your resumes to. That email address is jobs@pyramid-pci.com. This page gives you our contact information. Kelly Brown is our Director of Training Services. Myself, Herman Jackson, Director of Business Services. We have Arturo Alacarn, who's our Business Services Representative. Adam Thomas is our Career Coach. And Jacqueline Mulak is our Administrative Assistant to the WIOA programs. You can follow us on social media. There's a link for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for that presentation, Herman. And again, just want to reiterate, if you do have any questions for Herman regarding any of those potential employment opportunities that the Hospitality and Tourism Sector Center helps recruit for, please feel free to enter those into the chat, and we'll get those questions answered for you during our Q&A session that will be taking place after all employers have presented. Thank you again, Herman. Our next presenter will be Arlene with Amazon. Arlene, are you available to present?
Hi, Daniel. Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I can, loud and clear. You can begin whenever you're
Excellent.
ready.
Thank you, Daniel. Good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for your interest in Amazon. I'm going to quickly start off with our next slide and introduce our presentation overview. So we'll go through introductions, why Amazon, an overview of the hourly roles, the hiring process, and the Q&A will be at the end. My name is Arlene Caro. I'm a staffing coordinator that hires the warehouse associates and Whole Food shoppers in the Chicagoland area and northern suburbs. So we'll start off with why Amazon. Amazon is a global company and our mission is to become Earth's most customer-centric company. We work in teams and different warehouses across different business lines, and it all comes together to deliver quality packages to customers worldwide. Our shifts start at $15 base pay. They do go up. Some shifts may include a shift differential, but our benefits will range depending on the role type and will be explained during your orientation. And next, we'll talk about growth at Amazon. Amazon hourly associates are among those on the front line fulfilling customer orders and can enjoy the opportunities to advance within the company. Next, I'll speak on the 3 career advancement opportunities that we do have here at Amazon. So we do strive to maintain an environment where people can learn, adapt, and excel. Amazon does want you to succeed in your career, even if the career is outside of Amazon. 3 of those opportunities are career choice, career skills, and associate to tech. With career choice, Amazon can prepay up to 95% of tuition and fees to earn certificates, associate degrees, in demand occupations such as aircraft mechanics, technology, medical laboratory science, just to name a few. In career skills, this is a program that provides a huge opportunity to anyone who needs more technical skills to move on to a better paying role by providing the training and industry certification needed to make it happen. Last is going to be Associate to Tech. It's a 90-day program that's provided to fulfillment center associates. It's on the job IT training, gives the opportunity to move into a technical role regardless of your previous IT experience, and you can move up within Amazon's vast operations network. All right, and this slide we're going to be discussing whether it's school, another job, or you just need a more flexible schedule. Amazon does offer flexible part-time or reduced time scheduling that allows the opportunity to pick up shifts that work best for you. You'll be picking them weekly through an app, and these shifts would be available at Whole Foods or at our Prime Now buildings. And now on our next slide, we'll discuss our typical shift schedules where we offer full-time, part-time opportunities that include morning, midday, late night, and overnight shifts. Most of our buildings are open all year. Okay, and to take a quick pause, we'll discuss safety. The health and safety of our employees and contractors around the world does continue to be our top priority as we face the challenges associated with COVID-19. Leaders across Amazon are meeting every day to consider the evolving situation and are consulting with medical experts to ensure that we're doing everything that we can to keep our teams healthy. Temperature checks are being done at the warehouses. Select warehouses have associate-free on-site COVID testing. We do practice social distancing. Masks and gloves are required and provided in our facilities, and we have enhanced our cleaning and disinfecting. We continue to review our procedures daily, and if anyone has any questions regarding safety, please feel free to reach out to me. As we transition into our next slide, you're going to start to see our business lines. So I'm going to go through each and every one of them, just give you a quick description on all of them. But as you apply, you will see on your job description what each job is going to be about. So starting with fulfillment centers, you'll be working inside of a warehouse. You'll be selecting, packing, and shipping customer orders. Next, we have sortation centers. Our sortation centers are the first stop in the journey from the warehouse. You'll be up on your feet moving and sorting packages between trucks. Our delivery stations. In this active job, you'll not be doing any driving. You will be sorting, scanning, loading customer orders to fulfill same day and second day shipping delivery time. In our Prime Now building, you'll be working with a small team. You'll select and pack orders to get items ready for delivery in an hour. Since orders may include fresh and frozen items, it may be a cooler environment, but it'll just be like being a personal shopper for our customers. Fresh. You'll make a customer's day by gathering and packing orders for a perfect delivery. We offer fresh, frozen, and packaged groceries at our fresh buildings. You'll be provided with the right gear to work in that refrigerated area. And last, we have our Whole Foods market, where as a shopper in a Whole Foods, you'll be using an Amazon provided device. You'll select the items and message customers if any replacement items are needed, and you'll pack the groceries within 1 to 2 hour delivery so that our drivers can pick it up. Now that we know what our business lines are like, we'll talk about what jobs at Amazon are like. Relaxed dress code, dress safe, casual, but make sure that you're able to move around comfortably. You will be standing or walking about 4 to 10 hours a day, and it must be able to lift about 49 pounds. You may need to learn to operate PIT, but it will be explained in your job description. And last, we have our hiring process, which usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks from when someone applies. The first step is applying online and passing an online assessment. So you will not be doing an interview. You'll receive a 30-minute virtual job preview to learn more about your role at Amazon, and you'll schedule an office hours in-person appointment with us. When you do go to this appointment, you'll bring proof of your identity and employment eligibility, and this is just so that we can process your drug test, your background check, your I-9, and answer any questions. After you leave our office hours appointment, you're waiting for your day one confirmation emails. And on this last slide, you will see the links that you'll need to apply. Amazon.com/Chicago hourly jobs is where you'll find our job opportunities. If you already have an existing profile, you can simply log in by typing in amazon.force.com. And if you are interested in receiving job alert text messages, you can just text Chicago Now 8 to the phone number 77088. I do notice that some people were asking about other roles. I am only hiring for the hourly positions in warehouse associate or Whole Foods shopper positions. If you are interested in a professional career, which is not what I hire for, you can go to this bottom website, amazon.jobs. All right, all set. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you so much for that informative presentation, Arlene. And again, just want to reiterate, if you do have any questions for Arlene regarding employment opportunities with Amazon, please feel free to enter those questions into the chat, and we'll get those answered for you during our Q&A session that will be taking place after all presenters have presented. Thank you so much, Arlene. Our next presenter will be Datjada with Lawndale Christian Health. Datjada, are you available to present?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon. Good morning to all of you. I'm happy to be here. My name is Datjada Moore. I'm the HR director here at Lawndale Christian Health Center, where you can see it says loving God, loving people. Our mission here at Lawndale is really to show and share the love of Christ, of Jesus, by promoting wellness and providing quality and affordable health care for Lawndale and the neighboring communities. One of the things that really excites me about being here at Lawndale is we're really focused on the 3 R's that were established by our founding group and the Christian community developers, and that's relocation, reconciliation, and redistribution. You can go to slide 3. So this slide kind of gives us a little bit of history. Lawndale Christian Health Center was founded in 1984 by members of the Lawndale Community Church, and they saw a need in their community to provide services and care to those that were surrounding them. And access to care is something that has been a focal point of us since that time. We're really excited to be able to do that, and here we are all these years later. And we have grown from that 1984 time where we had maybe 10 or folks staff to we're about 650 employees here now today. Lawndale Community Health Center has expanded to have service locations in the areas that you see along Ogden Road, our main campus there at 3860 West Ogden. We have a health and fitness center, Lawndale Fit, which some of you may be familiar with, and it's a public recreational gym that you can go in and work out and have a membership there. Some of you may even know, if you're familiar with Ogden Green Tomato, which offers amazing food, and it's just one of the many opportunities that we have to redistribute health and wellness to our community. We operate medical assistance and healthcare operations out of Farragut, Herman, Breakthrough, and Archer, some of the different locations across our sector. So our services, specifically in the different departments that we staff for, we have adult health, senior health programs, children's health programs. We offer dental, vision, and pharmacy services, behavioral health, population health, as we review what's going on in our community specifically. We have a pastor on staff that helps us provide and recreate how we can touch people in our spiritual care. We have an HIV care team. We have specialty care teams, women's and prenatal care, Homeless healthcare, which you may be familiar with. We do a lot of outreach to hotels, hotel services, and homeless shelters to provide those services there. We have a recovery community, which helps with reentry process for those who have suffered from addictions. You know, we've often hired in many areas other than our frontline healthcare services. So some of those are in our fitness center, accounting department, and our Green Tomato Cafe, IT, human resources, and then many more. Right now, we've got lots of openings for medical assistants, lots of openings for registration reps, and we're even hiring folks that might be looking for maybe some summertime opportunities to get them through, and we're hiring them as registration reps and medical assistants. Minimal experience is required, at max high school education in order to fulfill those particular positions. We are really committed to the North Lawndale community and the surrounding community in which we serve. Diversity is a key focal point for the work that we do. Many of our staff, about 80% of our staff are female, and 60 to 40% are Latino or African American. We believe in hiring folks that are familiar with the community, that are engaged in the community, and want to give back to the community in that way. Our community continues to work to engage in well-being that impacts the lives of those who are less fortunate and maybe under-resourced, and we offer amazing benefits as we do that. Some of the cool benefits that we have is the medical care, of course, dental, vision, employer paid basic life insurance, volunteer basic life insurance. We've got long-term disability, short-term disability. We have a wonderful 403B plan and profit sharing, which is something that folks really enjoy at the quarter when they can get that profit sharing check in the middle of the year. We've got educational reimbursement programs. We're actually right now re-looking at our nursing program and seeing how we can craft education systems that will give them loan forgiveness and grant funding for their nursing education. I encourage you to apply for any and all of the positions that you feel that would be resonating with your skill set. You can join us at lawndale.org/employment. We've got tons of open positions. Again, we're looking to hire at least 30 or so registration reps and medical assistants over the next couple of months. And so those positions are open to you now. To reach us, you can email information at humanresources@lawndale.org, or you can call us at 872-588-3021. We're so excited to be able to share this opportunity with you, and we hope that you'll check us out.
Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation, Jada. And again, I just want to reiterate, if you do have any questions for Jada regarding employment opportunities with Lawndale Christian Health, please enter those into the chat and we'll get those answered for you during that Q&A session that'll be taking place here shortly. Thank you so much, Jada.
Thanks, Daniel.
Absolutely. Our next presenter will be Greg Burgess with PCG Consulting. Greg, are you available to present?
I am here. Good morning, everyone. Well, first of all, I want to just also welcome our manager, Carmen Cheney, and our HR manager, Angela Fennell. What I want to do is give you an overview of PCG. PCG is a consulting firm based here in Chicago, in which we have been contracted through the state of Illinois to handle various projects throughout the state. What I will also like to do is kind of, cover some of the positions that we have available, the ways to apply. Our goal here at PCG is to provide the highest level of customer service to all Illinois residents in need of state services. Next slide, please. So one of the positions that we currently have available is an IDES customer service agent. So those of you that are not familiar with IDES is Illinois Department of Employment Services. This position we are currently looking for anywhere from 50 to 100 reps to assist individuals in the unemployment spectrum here in Illinois. It is 100% virtual. We are looking for 40 hours per week. One of the requirements is that they must live in Illinois and be able to multitask. And that is very important. It is a high pace call center. We are looking for individuals to assist with customers filing unemployment claims, answer questions regarding unemployment payments, and ensures the appropriate changes are being made to the inquiries in which claimants are calling in. And they must be detailed, able to keep detailed records when individuals are calling in to pass that information on to their supervisors or managers when calls are escalated. Next slide. We are also looking for bilingual customer service agents. It is similar to the IDES customer service rep, but we are looking for individuals that can speak fluently in Spanish, and they can also go back and communicate this in English to their supervisors or their managers as well. This position is also 100% position at home. It's a virtual position, as I just mentioned, must live in the state of Illinois. And as with all our positions, it is a very high inbound call center, and you must be able to manage multitask. Next slide. We recently was awarded a contract through the state of Illinois on the COVID contact tracer, which is a big contract for us. We are looking to fill anywhere from 100 to 200 positions within the next 90 days with this project. And I would encourage everyone to apply immediately, for this position. Again, this position is 100% from home, heavy call volume, must live in the state of Illinois. The difference here is that you will be conducting in-depth interviews, helping individuals who have been diagnosed with the COVID-19 using approved scripts that will be submitted by the state of Illinois that we will be using. We will be making multiple phone attempts to discuss the potential exposure to COVID-19 in details. We will then connect the patient to support services such as testing sites, treatment, and social services. We will be tracking that information, and it will actually go into a centralized database in which we will then pass that information on to the manager supervisor to escalate that to where it needs to be, to where it needs to go. Next slide, please. Okay. So what I would like to do is turn it over to Angela. Angela can kind of give you what our next steps are for any individuals that may be interested in applying for the positions. And we look forward to talking to you within the next couple of days. Thank you. Angela?
Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, so next slide, I'm sorry. We do have a multiple of shifts, just as Greg had mentioned. We are open 7 days a week. We do have a variety of shifts that fall in between there. So if you happen to be bilingual, Spanish speaking specifically, there is a little bit of a extra wage increase there. You would have to be fluent in Spanish and English and be able to accept calls in the Spanish queue. Next slide, please. And let's go one more time. Okay, here we go. This is what we were looking for here. So our PCG job postings, we use Indeed. We have multiple jobs currently posted right now. There is the IDES customer service agent, which is the one who is helping individuals complete their unemployment paperwork. If you are bilingual Spanish speaking, there's the link to that one as well. And then finally, that COVID-19 contact tracer, that is also located in Indeed. You can click those, and if you are qualified for the position, a recruiter would follow up with you within 24 to 48 hours. Next slide, please. If you have any questions about our hiring process or need more details before you apply, feel free to reach out to hiring@pcgintl.com, and our website is listed here for you as well if you would like to explore our website to get more background on our company.
Perfect. Thank you, Angela, and thank you everyone for joining us today with PCG.
Thank you so much to Greg and to Angela for your presentation. Again, just going to reiterate, if you do have any questions for either Greg or Angela regarding, again, some of those opportunities that were highlighted here with PCG, please feel free to enter those into the chat. We'll get those answered for you during that Q&A session that'll be upcoming here shortly. Thank you both to Greg and to Angela. Our next presenter will be Mauricio, and Mauricio will be presenting on behalf of Reef Technologies. Mauricio, are you available to present?
I am.
Fantastic. You can begin whenever you're ready.
Great. Thank you. And I want to begin by saying I'm very excited for this opportunity to speak to many of you and be part of this event, along with other very interesting and exciting companies that we've heard from so far. So next slide. To tell you a little bit about Reef, I'm sure many of you have not heard of us. We are a tech company, and still think of ourselves as a startup, even though we're quite large. And our mission is bringing the world closer together. So what does that mean? So Reef has an ecosystem and operations presence in over 5,000 locations across the US and a team of over 10,000 people. We are the largest operator of parking, mobility, logistics hubs, and neighborhood kitchens in the US. And neighborhood kitchens is what I'll talk a little bit more about later on. And so by having a presence in so many locations across the US, our goal is that by having a set of operations in your neighborhood, where you live, that we can leverage the power of being close to you to provide services, provide products, provide what you need more quickly, much more accessibly. And so that is how we look to bring the world closer together. Next slide. So how do we do this? As I mentioned, some examples here is more of a full set of what Reef does at our different operations that we have throughout the city. So we do distribution and logistics. We have neighborhood kitchens. And actually, if you can see my screen and you see me talking in the background, I have here an image of one of our kitchens, one of our mobility kitchens. So it'll be in a mobile vessel or in a food truck in the case of Chicago. So this is regarding neighborhood kitchens. We also do parking. We also have healthcare, and that can be like a mobile clinic where you might get COVID testing or other healthcare needs. Also through our mobile vessels, you can have access to convenience items, grocery. Also at our different locations, you can access mobility, whether that's an e-scooter, an e-bike, or whether it's a charging station where you can charge your electric vehicle. You also have experiential services, so different activities that you can take part in. And then lastly here, urban farming, something that we're starting to do. So at our different locations, you can think of inside of a container having vertical farming that's taking place that is in urban settings. And this will provide closer access to some of this food for different communities. Next slide. So a little bit about Reef in terms of numbers. So as I mentioned, over 10,000 employees. Neighborhood kitchens, we have close to 200 across the US. And this is an area of focus for us. We're growing very strongly. In Chicago, we currently have 8, and we're looking to have 20 by June. And so this is one of our big hiring needs, is around neighborhood kitchens. We also have micro fulfillment centers. I mentioned COVID testing sites. In total, over 5,000 locations throughout the US and Canada. We've established some brand partnerships with some very large companies. We are in 23 cities across the US. And all of this that we're doing allows us that with our presence right now that is growing, that we are within close proximity to 70% of North America's population based on where we currently operate. Next slide. So as I mentioned, for us, the focus of what we're doing currently in Chicago and many of our markets is around neighborhood kitchens. So with us, neighborhood kitchens enable restaurants to go from being local heroes to national brands because they can partner with us to expand and reach thousands of new customers in some of the largest cities, such as Chicago. And we provide turnkey solutions for restaurants and for other famous chefs or anyone, any entity really that wants to partner with us. It's a good fit. Through partnering with us, they can expand their footprint. So what does this mean in terms of hiring and what we're looking for with our neighborhood kitchens? Next slide is working with Reef. So the roles that we're looking for, to put them quite simply, is we're looking right now for line cooks, prep cooks, supervisors, assistant supervisors, kitchen supervisors in this case. And the quantity right now, because of our growth, we're looking at hiring 50 people over the next, by the end of May. So very exciting opportunities with us. And in terms of additionally, why may this be this may be interesting to you, is for us, our roles that we're hiring right now, starting at $18 an hour, up to $20 an hour or more for some of our more senior roles. You get full benefits for full-time employees. So that means health, PTO, dental. And as I've mentioned, because of that growth that we're seeing, is that there are some really exciting career advancement opportunities. In addition to supervisors and assistant supervisors, there are also site managers, general manager roles that people can move into as we continue to grow in Chicago. So if any of this sounds interesting, if you'd like to learn more, if you're interested in applying, to make it as easy as possible for anybody out there that may have kitchen experience, the easiest way to apply is you can just email me directly. I put here my email address, mauricio.zuniga@reeftechnology.com. I'll also put it in the chat in case any of you want to copy and paste. Thank you everyone for your time.
Excellent. Thank you for your presentation, Mauricio. And again, as I've been stating, if you do have any questions for Mauricio regarding employment opportunities with Reef, please feel free to enter those into the chat. We'll get those answered during our Q&A session. Again, thank you, Mauricio. Our next presenter will be Kevin with Rush University Medical. Kevin, are you available to present?
I am available and I'm ready.
Fantastic.
And I don't have a PowerPoint, so oh, you're gonna. You don't need to put anything up on the screen. I can just. I like seeing people's faces when I talk. So hi, I'm Kevin Irvine. I work at Rush University Medical Center as a senior talent acquisition consultant for individuals with disabilities. So my role at Rush is specifically related to recruiting people with all types of physical and mental disabilities and chronic health conditions for jobs at Rush, but also supporting our work to recruit veterans and people who live in the West Side communities that we serve for jobs at Rush. For those of you that don't know us, Rush is a large university medical center. We have over 10,000 employees. Our main campus is on the near west side of Chicago. And then we have affiliation with Rush Oak Park Hospital and Rush Copley Medical Center, which is out in Aurora, and then about 30 clinics in Chicago and the surrounding communities. So we have a wide range of positions just at Rush University Medical Center, which is the recruitment team that I work on. We have over 300 positions right now on our career site, and there are a wide range of positions. We have jobs ranging from entry level all the way up onto medical practitioners and everything in between, and then all of the support positions that that are behind the scenes. So not all of our jobs are patient facing. We've really a wide range. So what I want to make sure you understand is we've got a lot of great resources on our website. I put them in the chat and then also pasted in a couple of documents that have links to a number of different web pages and online resources. One of the things that I want to point out on the what I pasted in the chat, when you go to our page and look at jobs at Rush University Medical Center, we do have a category that has new this week. Please excuse the background noise. We have a category called New This Week, where you can find all the most recently posted jobs on our site. If you're looking at a job that's on there, you're going to see the most current positions. And I encourage you to look there first because we do have new jobs all the time. And if you don't see a job that you're looking for, just know it could be added later that day, next week, next month. One of the handouts that I wanted to highlight is it covers some of the positions that we're hiring for most commonly, which include patient care technicians, certified medical assistants, and clinic coordinators, and then also patient access coordinators and environmental technicians or environmental specialists. They do our custodial work. And I really apologize for the background noise. I'm going to be available to take questions in the chat. One of the other things I want to highlight is that we do have a email address, a general email address, which is rush_recruitment@rush.edu. You'll find a link to that in the document. We also, my email address is Kevin_Irvine@rush.edu. So please feel free to reach out to our Rush recruitment, or if you're a candidate with any kind of disability or veteran or live on the West Side, feel free to contact me directly as well. And just, I don't need to know what someone's disability is in order to provide assistance. Anyway, so I'm going to hold off on the rest of my presentation to make sure that we have time for everyone else. And I look forward to listening to getting your questions. And I apologize again for the background noise. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin, and no worries. We understand that things happen. So again, if you do have any questions for Kevin regarding employment opportunities with Rush, please feel free to enter those into the chat. We'll get those answered for you during that Q&A session that'll be taking place here shortly. Thank you again, Kevin, for your presentation. Our next presenter that we have here today will be Jorge with Verizon. Jorge, are you available to present?
I should be logging in here. I hope everybody could see me. Good afternoon. I am available to present here. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, sir. You can begin whenever you're ready.
All right. Awesome. So I represent Verizon Wireless. I have been working with Verizon here for some time now. What we are going to go ahead and discuss in this presentation, if you just bear with me one moment. Are you controlling the screen or am I controlling the screen here for the slides?
Hi, Jorge. I'll be sharing your screen, so just tell me when to advance.
Okay, you can go into the next slide, please. So we'll be doing some welcoming introductions as to why you want to work for Verizon as well, and what you'll be doing in this position, as far as what Verizon is looking for, how to apply, success in interviewing. I think that's very important, and especially with this role that we're currently manifesting. So we'll definitely touch on, other parts in regards to the position, and then any questions, of course, I'd be more than happy to address. If you could go to the next slide, please. So, yep, that's me. I'm Jorge Hernandez. I'm part of the talent acquisition team here. I supply most of North Chicago, some of the southern and central suburbs of Chicago as well, Indiana, and Ohio. I've been working with Verizon Wireless currently, again, for 2 years as talent acquisition, and a great company to work for. I can't wait to give you all information in regards to this opportunity. Verizon Wireless, farther none, really a great opportunity to get involved with. If you could go to the next slide, please. So with Verizon Wireless, of course, one of the great things in regards to our opportunity is that our Benefits are available for you the very first day that you do start. So you get that medical, dental, and vision day one. We have competitive salaries as well. Vacation, personal days off, and holidays that we actually just increased to about 3 weeks that you could accrue as opposed to 2 weeks, which was what was it set before the COVID time frame. So definitely an increase on vacation, personal days off, and holidays. We also offer paid training and 2 months of 100% commission in these roles. These will be retail opportunities that we do have here in the Chicagoland area and in the surrounding suburbs. Okay. We also have 401k options that we match up to 6% dollar for dollar to what you contribute, vested for 3 years. Employee phone discount programs. So these employee discount programs very well off, 50% off of your phone services that you will receive if you are a Verizon Wireless employee, along with discounts with accessories as well. We also have tuition assistance that we do offer. That's available for you all the way till you graduate with a master's. Bear with me here one moment. I'm just having a technical difficulty. Again, advancement opportunities available for you after a year of holding your position with Verizon Wireless. Next slide, please. So like I was mentioning, we have a great environment here. We do believe in diversity. We have a lot of employment resource groups, as well as a lot of different affiliates that do contribute with your success within Verizon Wireless. So for instance, I served in the military. I am part of an ERG group with Verizon Wireless for Valor, a military-friendly company, and we have been for the 10 years here and running a great opportunity, especially if you are a military member. We always look for those type of skill sets with Verizon Wireless, along with women of success, working mothers. We do definitely look for female representation in these roles as well for our retail opportunities. For whatever reason, there usually seems to be a little bit more of a percentage in the male ratio versus female ratio for these positions. So we're always looking for that opportunity for females to join our team as well and gain success. We do have LinkedIn as affiliates as well with Harvard Business and Gartner as well for the opportunity of you to learn leadership opportunities within Verizon Wireless. So not only do we assist with tuition assistance, but we do also assist with your growth within the company. And the Just 100, one of the top 100 companies that you could definitely work for here with Verizon Wireless. If you could go to the next slide, please. Okay, so what you'll be doing retail roles. So basically customer service, product knowledge, product consulting, addressing customers' concerns, customer interaction. It will be face-to-face. We do have COVID mandates that will help you get through the day as well. So you will be involved in again, knowing and understanding the product, creating an ultimate experience for the customer within the store. Part of that would be active listening, creating personal connections as well. So you could, develop your business, passionate with cutting edge technology. We're always coming out with new technology, especially with iPhones or the Samsungs, with their cameras and the ability in regards to like hum for vehicles that may need diagnostics or checks that will definitely give you a GPS system, accessories, headphones, chargers, you name it. We definitely wireless chargers, for example, as well. We do definitely have a lot of technology that we will show and get you to understand the position, right? So you could be confident in unlocking customers' needs and understanding, what they're looking for and being successful in your role. Next slide, please. Okay, so not too much that we're looking for, as far as this opportunity, right? So what you'll need to do in order to qualify for this role is just have a high school diploma or a GED, 1 or more 2 years of experience. We are very flexible with that 1 or more years of experience. We do have competitors, like I understand out there in the cell phone company, in the cell phone industry, I should say. We're not necessarily looking for a person that worked within the cell phone industry. If you work for Ross, if you work for Burlington, if you are in the industry in regards to bartending or hospitality, those also will contribute to the experience for these roles. So don't sell yourself short. If you think that you don't have the experience, I would suggest still applying. Another thing, of course, is the willingness to work weekends and holidays. You know, Thanksgiving, Black Friday is definitely a holiday that we do look for. Heavy on the weekends as well as our clientele. We understand that most people do work during Monday through Friday, so they usually tend to come in on Saturday and Sunday, okay? Even better to have if you have an associate's degree or customer service or sales and retail experience and understand a commission-based type of sales position, this will be a great opportunity for you. The position does pay at $17.55, mainly in the Chicagoland area. And there is the additional commission of $8,900. And those are based off of 32-hour and 24-hour part-time opportunities that we're currently looking for as well. So that flexibility for an individual that may be looking for a second job, or somebody out there looking to get into career venture, but maybe going to school, those opportunities that we do offer here for this position is definitely for you. We are calling on you. Next slide, please. Okay, so this would be the process. You know, what you would need to do is just go to our website. There is a link that I provided right there. Just make sure that you have your most updated resume. You would create a profile. Go to verizonwireless.com. On the right-hand pane, you will see a careers option. You could do a job search. Just type in your zip code. It could do a radius search of 50 miles within your area, and then it would pull up a listing of all the positions that we have applicable to where you live. In this position, though, for the retail position, you would have to complete an assessment and a recorded interview. You would have to pass both. The great thing about this, as it was before, where you would have to wait 24 hours, there's no wait, meaning that once you complete the assessment, you don't have to wait 24 hours for that recorded interview. You could basically complete the assessment, do well, take your time, because the better that you score on your assessment and the better that you do your recorded interview, the higher up you will be in regards to the chain of candidates that apply. So there is a score basis that we do go by. And obviously the main thing is when you are applying, you want to be one of the first individuals to apply. In this case, also military members, if you do apply, you will be contacted first. Again, remember, we are a military-friendly company, okay? With the completed assessment and the recorded interview, I will definitely dive into my openings. And then once I identify, you know, who scored, I will get in contact with you. We would go over the position just to make sure that it's a good fit. And if everything does go well, we'll move on to the hiring manager interview. This will be a digital interview. We will not do a face-to-face interview. We have gone digital in regards to this opportunity. So you still want to be mindful, right? 10 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late, just the rule of thumb. You just want to dress professionally, you know, business casual, business professional. You don't want to underdress for the position, and be ready to know our products and our services in regards to our role play. Go to our website, understand our digital inclusion, human prosperity, and as well as diversity. Those are big key factors that you should definitely learn. In regards to icebreaker topics for behavioral questions, you know, they may ask, what do you know about Verizon, or why you like Verizon? It's a good thing to know the company that you're working for. And always come prepared on the very first day, and we will guide you through the process. I am very big on that. So definitely an opportunity in the application process where you could definitely lean to me for support, and I'll definitely guide you through the process. So if you could go to the next slide for me, please.
Hi, Jorge. We'll have approximately 1 minute or thereabouts left to wrap your presentation up.
Yeah, no problem. Just have 2 more slides here. So like I mentioned, research, right? Communication. You want to make sure that you have the correct email, phone number when we do contact. You don't want to have your voicemail full. Always check VZ Careers as well as your inbox. We always email any answering questions. Just take a moment for their response. Of course, this will be in regards to the interview. To have a successful interview, I always send out links in regards to information and blogs that will help you prepare for the interview. And you could go to the next slide too. And then just remember that these positions are very flexible in regards to work-life and balance, and as well, great benefits that are offered even at a part-time opportunity. After you're in your role, you do have the opportunity to move into a full-time potential opportunity where it's 40 hours and not just within the retail. If you want to grow in retail, you can, but there are different factors. There's the business entity, there's the consumer media group, the list goes on and on. And that would basically sum it up for me. So I appreciate your time. Look forward to meeting with any of you, and have yourself a fantastic day.
Fantastic. Thank you for that presentation, Jorge. And again, as I've been stating, if you do have any questions for Jorge regarding any employment opportunities with Verizon, please feel free to enter those into the chat. We will be addressing those during the Q&A that'll be taking place after our final presenter, which is actually Worldwide Flight. Patrice, are you available to present? And Patrice, if you dialed in by phone, you'll want to press *6 to unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay, are you ready?
Absolutely. You can begin whenever you're ready,
Okay.
Patrice.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Okay, so what I want to talk about today is our wonderful company, Worldwide Flight Services. So our organization is a worldwide entity. We have over 115 locations nationwide. 92 of those are in the United States. So I am responsible for all of the hiring for 12 stations in the Midwest, from Cleveland all the way to Kansas City, Missouri. And 2 of the stations that I handle are Midway and O'Hare. So right now we're doing a lot of hiring in the O'Hare area. We're looking for cargo people. So what is a cargo person? What our company does is we bring in the things that are made overseas, your cell phones, your laptops, your tablets, your desktops, liqueur, cologne from other countries, designer handbags, those designer shoes that everybody loves, designer clothes, luxury goods, china, sweaters from Ireland, for example. All of those things come through us. And so they come by airplane, because it's cheaper to send it by airplane than to try and send it by boat. And we have a group of people that go on the plane and they take everything off. They put everything together by subject matter, like they'll put together all of the Shetland sweaters or all of the Jimmy Choo shoes or all of the iPhones together. And our truckers will come and they'll pick it up and take it to their distribution centers. And from those distribution centers, they go to the store, and that's where you pick them up and buy them. So we make sure that everything comes in a timely manner. That has picked up for us exponentially in the last 24 months. And right now we are hiring about 100 more people for our offices. I have positions that are available on first, second, and third shift. Our first shift is generally around 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The second shift is around 4:30 to midnight, and the third shift is around 11 p.m. till 7:30 in the morning. Our positions start at $17 an hour for people who are inexperienced, and then we move up from there. Many of the positions that we have are union positions, such as the TWU ramp clerk specialist, the warehouse agents, the cargo agents. They're all working in separate areas and working with separate products, but they generally start around the same. And we are hiring people, and we're going to start them every morning. Every Monday morning, we're going to have a new training class starting at 9 a.m. That's going to include all of the people that we've hired for the previous week. So this week, we're on target to hire about 20 more people. We're looking to fill a number of positions that we have available, as you can see. We also have some supervisor positions and management positions for people who already have experience in the aviation cargo field, since it's such a growing area. We offer benefits to all of our employees, whether they're part-time or full-time. You can apply right now for Chicago or any other city in the United States, going to our website, wfs.aero/careers. From there, you go into the careers area, pick out the city that you want to work in, preferably that'll be Chicago, and you'll see a list of all of the positions that we have available. Now, in order to work at an airport, because an airport is such a safety security place, you must pass the TSA Homeland Security background check. That includes a look back at the last 5 to 10 years of your life history. Where have you worked? Were you in school during that time? Were you working in the military? Perhaps you were at home raising a family. They also do a criminal conviction check for the last 10 years. And they look at criminal convictions that would prevent you from being able to work at an airport. Then we do a 11-panel federal drug test. Our employment process is extremely simple, but it's detailed. You're going to fill out the job application that's available on our website through the careers website. We're going to call you and schedule an appointment. We interview most days, either at 10 a.m. or at 3 p.m. We're going to bring you in. You're going to talk with us about the opportunity. If we offer you the job and you accept it, you're going to start that day on your background. You're going to schedule and select a place to take your drug test. You're going to start the badging process. The badging process is another part of the security process that we offer to all of our applicants. In order to work at an airport, you must pass that TSA Homeland Security background check. So we start that with the badging process. Once you've completed it, you've gone through a background check with us. The City of Chicago Department of Aviation has completed their background process, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection has done their background process. Because you are working with goods that are being imported from another country, it's very important that U.S. Customs approves everything that comes in and goes out. So they'll be doing a background check on you also. Once you complete that, we'll get you set up for training, which will be the coming Monday. And then you'll start to work. Now, we pay all of our employees every 2 weeks. We offer medical, dental, vision, life insurance, short and long-term disability to all of our employees who are working full-time. If you're working part-time, you can get dental, vision, long and short-term disability, and life insurance. Everybody is entitled to enroll in the 401k program, and all of our employees and their family members can utilize the Employee Assistance Program. We are a very large company with over 32,000 employees, but we treat everybody like family. We all work together as one group, and when we need assistance in other areas, we may ask you if you'd like to have the opportunity to work in another city for us, and we will pay for your airfare, we'll pay for your lodging, we'll pay for your food. We want to make sure that we take care of all of our employees and that we get everything done as quickly as possible. If you can go to the next slide.
Hi, Patrice. We'll have approximately 1 minute left to wrap things up so we can move to our Q&A with job seekers, just an FYI.
No problem. So as I stated, we do promote from within. We treat our employees in a very respectful manner. We coach all of our employees to excellence. We offer a generous salary. We offer training opportunities to move up in the organization. We have a great benefit package. Many of our positions are union positions, and we do work to keep our employees for a long time, and we've been successful at doing that. Next slide. So there's some additional information about our benefits for our full-time employees. And then next slide. There's the information on what we provide for all of our part-time employees. If you're interested in additional information, you can always call me directly, and I'll be able to answer any individual questions you have at 630-453-0116. That's 630-453-0116. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Patrice. And Patrice, if you wouldn't mind, if you can enter your phone number into the chat so folks can get that, that would be fantastic, just at your own convenience. And again, I just want to reiterate, we have reached our Q&A portion of the event. So if you do have any questions for Patrice regarding any employment opportunities that she covered with Worldwide Flight, please feel free to enter those into the chat. We'll get those answered now. So again, as I just stated, we have reached our Q&A portion. Just how this is going to work is obviously with the allotted time that we have set aside, I'm going to pull your questions directly from the chat. I'm just going to answer those as they came in during our employer presentations. So again, employers, if you can be ready on hand to answer the questions as they pose them to you, that would be fantastic. So our first question is actually for CTA. This individual asks, do you guys offer any sort of engineering jobs like project management?
Yes, we offer all types of opportunities. And then once again, all of our positions are posted at transitochicago.com/careers.
Fantastic. Thank you, Susanna. And sticking with you, we do have another question. This individual asked, does CTA employ ex-offenders?
So yeah, at CTA, we look at everyone's record on a case-by-case basis. And then the HR department will look at your entire record before making a decision.
Understood. Thank you, Susanna. And again, I'm assuming this kind of falls in the same vein as the first question that you answered, but this individual asked, do you hire mechanical engineers?
So we do have opportunities for engineers, but once again, all of our positions are posted on our website. We do post new opportunities on our career website every Friday. So I would encourage individuals who are seeking opportunities at CTA to visit our website. And if you see, if you're looking for a particular job and you don't see it posted, you can always sign up to receive alerts.
Excellent. Thank you, Susanna. The next question that I do have for you, this individual asks, what class of license an individual would need to possess in order to be a bus operator?
Okay, to operate a bus, you would need a CDL, Class A or Class B. And then you need the following endorsements. You need general knowledge, air brakes, and then passenger endorsement.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, Susanna.
You're welcome.
And the next question that I have here, it says, how long does the training take for the mechanic position that you covered?
So for the mechanic position, we do have 5 months paid training.
Excellent. Thank you, Susanna. And I know I got a lot of questions for you here, but the next question I do have for you, this individual asks if you had any sort of particular contact information that you could provide for, I'm assuming, what would be application follow-up. I don't know if that would be your info or if you have a general like info at email that CTA operates, but if you could provide that, that would be great.
Right. So I would say, you know, I would encourage everyone who is looking for a status on their application, you know, to check your email. So we do send you communication regarding your status for every position that you applied at the CTA, within the CTA.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, Susanna. And the next question that I have here is actually for Arlene with Amazon. Arlene, I know you stated that you don't hire for any of those kind of professional positions, if you will. But this individual asks, are there any project management openings at Amazon? Could you, again, just kind of direct them where they should go for those types of positions?
Yes, of course. So I'll go ahead and share the links one more time in the chat. And basically, when you go into the professional careers link, which is amazon.jobs, you'll be able to look up keywords such as project management, and it'll populate, you'll filter the locations and all of that good stuff. And once you apply, you'll be able to keep track of your application, any updates through that, through your portal.
Excellent. Thank you, Arlene. And just kind of as a follow-up to that, is there a general way that folks can get any sort of application inquiries answered that they might have?
When it comes to like the professional careers or like the ones that I'm hiring for?
I would say both, if you could provide information on them. It's just a second part to that individual's initial question.
Yeah, you can go to amazon.com/application help, and they'll be able to answer any questions or issues that are going on with your position with a warehouse associate or whole food shopper. With the professional careers role, though, it will just be dependent on as you move forward, and you can inquire through there. But I'm not as familiar with that process as I am with the warehouse associate one.
Understood. Thank you for that, Arlene. And the next question that I do have here will be, I believe, for Lawndale Christian Health. So I believe that would be Jada. This individual asks, are there openings in spiritual care?
Awesome. Hey, thank you. I neglected to introduce Jessica Romaldo, who is our staff recruiter. So Jessica, do you want to jump in on that one?
Sure. We are looking to expand in our spiritual care department. We don't have any vacancies at the moment, but we are constantly updating our portal. So I would say just, regularly check in to our website to see if any positions are posted.
Understood. Thank you for that, Jessica. And Jessica, we did receive another question for your organization in the chat. This individual asks, is your position for the registration rep remote?
So our registration reps do work in clinic because they're registering our patients as they're coming in for their appointments. So working from home wouldn't be an option for our registration reps.
Understood. Thank you so much for that, Jessica. And the next question that I do have here in the chat, I do believe would be directed towards PCG. This individual asks, would you be able to kind of elaborate a little bit more on the IDPH COVID contract or contact tracer position? This individual asks, more specifically, would you be collecting COVID shot info, or exactly what would that position entail again? If you could just give a brief overview of that once more.
Great question. As we've mentioned, this has just come down to us, so we are still waiting on some direction, but we will hopefully have an answer for you tomorrow. But as of right now, we do not know.
Understood. Thank you for that, Greg. And if you can stay on, we did receive another question for PCG as well. This individual asks, are the jobs through PCG, would they be a state employee or would they be a PCG employee? How would that work?
We are contracted through the state, but you will be a PCG employee.
Understood. And another question for you as well, Greg, and I know it was on one of the slides, but we may have kind of gone through it a bit quick. This individual asks, what is the pay rate for a COVID contact tracer? Is it the same as that for an IDES agent?
Yes, it is. It's anywhere from $15 to $20 an hour based on experience. And, during the interview process, we'll be able to determine where that person falls.
Understood. Thank you for that, Greg. And I did see a few questions in the chat. I'll go ahead and take this one regarding tomorrow's breakout session. Just want to kind of clarify or elaborate on that a little bit. If you have not yet registered for that session, please do so. Again, as we've stated throughout the week, you'll need to be sure to register for each session that takes place. So please, if you have not yet done so and you want to take part in tomorrow's breakout room session, please be sure to do so. I do believe that my colleague David has put a link to that registration page in the chat. So please be sure to register for that so you can take part in that session tomorrow. Again, real briefly, what will be happening in that session is all of our employer reps will come back and they will have a designated breakout room. You as the job seeker will be able to meet with them over that 2-hour period that we're going to have set aside for the event tomorrow. And taking a look here at the chat again, while I'm selecting our next batch of questions here, if you do have any additional questions that you would like me to ask any of our employer reps that were on the call here today, please feel free to enter those into the chat and I will get those answered for you as soon as possible. The next question that I do have here, I do believe is for PCG again. Greg, this individual asks, I'm interested in the IDES agent as well as the COVID contact tracing position. Could you elaborate a little bit more on the remote nature of those positions, Greg?
Yeah, I can. Actually, let me just give you an overview of the time. We're looking for individuals that's going to be working Monday through Sunday, so that we have a Sunday shift that is usually Sunday through Thursday. We have a Monday through Friday shift, and we have a Tuesday through Saturday shift. Hours Monday through Friday is usually 7:30 in the AM to 4:30. We are offering overtime as you know, as time goes by. Overtime is offered to all reps. It is 100% remote and high volume of contact with your supervisors. So those individuals that are working with us remotely, they are not going to just be on their own. They will have high touch, high contact with their supervisor or their direct report. And that
Understood.
is on both programs.
Understood. Thank you for that information, Greg.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated. The next batch of questions I have here will actually be for Kevin with Rush. And Kevin, I am working my way through the chat here, so you may have already done so, but I did see a few questions from folks that wanted to get that contact information from you. So I'm not sure if you provided that in the chat for those folks, but if you have not yet done so, if you can, that would be fantastic.
Got it covered. Thank you.
Absolutely. And another question, I'm assuming that is directed towards yourself, would be, do you hire for like mid-range roles?
That's a good question. We do hire for some mid-range roles. It really, there's a very, very broad spectrum of jobs that we hire for. So I think it's most important, as some of the other presenters said, just look really closely at those position qualifications. And if you have any questions about any of the qualifications, please feel free to send an email to rush_recruitment@rush.edu, and we'll try and answer those questions. But yeah, we have a wide range of positions, you know, entry level all the way on up. I would say we get the most applicants for our entry level positions. So, you know, feel free to apply for multiple positions if you see multiple positions that really are a good fit for your experience and what you are looking to do. And also know that we do require at least a high school diploma or GED for all of our roles. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for that information, Kevin. And the next batch of questions that I do have here will be for Patrice with Worldwide Flight. Patrice, I don't know if you were still on.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, fantastic. So the first question that I have for you, Patrice, this individual asks, is Worldwide Flight felony friendly?
Well, because it is an airport, you do have to go through that background check. So they do look at your last 10 years of convictions. But keep in mind that just because you have a conviction, that does not necessarily mean that you are disqualified from working at the airport. It depends on what the situation is. Now, they will look at things that deal with getting into an altercation with an airport employee. If you have disrupted the airport facility, such as, you know, stopped a plane from taking off or tried to confront a steward or a stewardess. But they also look at regular things like illegal possession of a firearm, illegal possession of an illegal drug or trying to sell an illegal drug, arson, vandalism, theft, naturally, because you're dealing with a lot of very expensive and very popular products. They look at infractions of the law that involve fighting of any kind. So those are the things that may prevent you from being able to work at the airport. But most other things, depending on what they are, they're usually acceptable.
Understood. Thank you for that, Patrice. And Patrice, another question for you. I'm not sure if you'd be able to provide this directly in the chat, but this individual asks what the website for the employment opportunities that you covered here today is. If you could enter that in the chat, if you have a moment, that would be fantastic.
Sure.
And
doing it right now.
Understood. Thank you for that, Patrice. And Kevin, I got another question for you in the chat. This individual asks,
Okay.
what positions are available for people with disabilities? Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
I sure can. So we don't have any specific roles set aside at Rush for people with disabilities. It's more in that we have a goal of having a diverse workforce that reflects our community, and that includes people with all different types of disabilities. So the extra support that we can provide is basically I'm in a dedicated position to support job seekers with all different types of disabilities. So I can help you figure out, look at your experience and help figure out what roles might be a good fit for you, answer any questions, help you check the status of your applications, and also provide any kind of accommodations if anyone needs any sort of disability related accommodations. I can assist people in that case as well. We also, part of our diversity recruitment goals includes veterans and people who live in the West Side communities that we serve, which is part of our anchor mission. And it's really just about just trying to hire people from the communities on the West Side to decrease the health inequities for people on the West Side versus people in more affluent areas of Chicago. We use all of the resources at Rush to help us with this mission, and that includes hiring. So we really we want to hire as many people as we can from the West Side and Little Village and all the communities in the anchor mission area, which is laid out on our website. But if you have any questions about any of those, please, feel free to reach out directly. As I said earlier, I don't need to know what someone's disability is in order to provide additional assistance. And again, I just want to apologize for the noise in the background. That was the worst timing ever. So I appreciate everyone sticking with me with that noise, and hopefully it didn't damage too many eardrums. So thanks again.
No worries, Kevin. Thank you for that. And I don't know if we have Mauricio on the line still. I do see him, but I do have a question.
Mauricio,
Awesome. Mauricio, the question that I have for you, this individual asks, are there procurement positions available with Reef?
Yes, I believe it was Julie that asked that. Thank you, Julie. I did reply to her via chat that currently there are no procurement roles in Chicago. There are roles in procurement at our headquarters in Miami, but currently not in Chicago.
Understood. Thank you for that, Mauricio. And the next question that I have will actually be for Arlene with Amazon. Arlene, this individual asks, are there jobs that can be done remotely at Amazon?
Hi, so there are plenty of organizations inside of Amazon. By following the links that I provided, you'll be able to search depending on what field it is that you're interested in. And you can see, depending on that job description, whether or not the role is remote or not. But I hope this helps.
Thank you so much, Arlene. And Arlene, while I still have you on the line, I know you covered this during your presentation, but if you could real briefly explain or expand, on that Associate to Tech program that you guys offer, that would be fantastic.
Yes, so Associate to Tech, it does provide fulfillment center associates the opportunity to move into a more technical role. It's regardless of your previous IT experience. It would be within the Amazon vast operations network. It is a fully paid 90-day program. It's designed to place associates in a on-the-job training for IT support technician roles, and it does pay for their A+ certification test, a widely recognized certification. I would say that once you become an internal associate, to look into it, reach out to your operations or HR team so that they can provide you anything that you like, any of the resources to learn more about it, but it should be in your portal as well.
Understood. Thank you so much for that information, Arlene. And with that, we will have to begin the wrap up of our Q&A portion. I do believe we got through a majority of the questions that were posed by our job seekers here. We want to be sure that we do leave an ample amount of time for our local resources presentations that we do have left. So again, thank you to all the job seekers for those wonderful questions that you asked. And again, I have also seen a few questions in the chat regarding how to access a lot of the information that was covered here today. Just an FYI, this session has been recorded and it will be uploaded to the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel later this afternoon. You can access these videos both for yesterday's session and today's session under the virtual job fairs playlist that we do have. on that channel. So again, both of those will be uploaded there later this afternoon. So please check that out. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and move into our first local resources available to job seekers presentation, and that will be presented by Trina Watley with the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership. Trina, are you available to present?
Yes.
Fantastic. You can begin whenever you're ready, Trina.
Okay. Just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Trina Watley with the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership. I'm a regional manager. And next slide, please. We are the public workforce system for Cook County. We were founded in 2012. Our mission is to ensure that every person has the opportunity to build a career and every business has the talent to compete in a global economy. The most important thing from this page that I want the job seekers to be aware of, if you're looking for assistance, you can go to our website, shycookworks.org, or you can call 1-800-270-2515. And again, that number is 1-800-270-2515. In our network, we have American Job Centers, we have delegate agencies, we have youth serving agencies, as well as our sector centers. You heard Herman talk about the hospitality sector center that he represents. We also have a transportation distribution and logistics sector center, and we also have an IT sector center that specializes in those industries. We also have agencies that are dedicated to career pathways training, that do training in different skilled areas such as health and also in welding. Next slide, please. This map shows where our workforce centers are located. We have over 91 delegate agencies throughout Cook County, and we serve approximately 140,000 individuals and 1,000 businesses each year. We're also the largest public workforce system in the country that is a nonprofit, which is, we couldn't do that work without our wonderful employer partners. And also I want to add that we are led by our CEO, Karen Norrington Reeves, who reports to Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle and Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Next slide, please. This slide represents what our system is and how we work. Our system serves two important customers. We have our job seeker customers you see on the right. We have employer customers on, our job seekers on the left, our employer partners on the right of this screen. We also work with training providers and career coaches to serve our job seekers, because we know individuals sometimes lack the skills necessary to compete in this economy. So we want to make sure that everyone has the training and the skills that they need to compete. So we offer those particular options for job seekers to get the skills that they need. Some only come to us needing assistance with resumes or interview techniques or just connections to employers. So we offer all those to job seekers. On the employer side, we have business service representatives in all of our agencies who reach out to employers to help to find out what they're looking for, and then we make those connections to the job seekers. So when you come to the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership, we will use our whole entire network of providers at all of our agencies to connect individuals to employment opportunities. Next slide, please. And the inner workings are just in the middle of that. You can forward now. This just talks about how we're funded and some of the initiatives that we're involved in. You can go to next slide, please, Daniel. And this slide just talks about up to 50% of the funds that we receive from Department of Labor are dedicated to be spent on training job seekers. And that is very important. So we do definitely work to make sure that everyone has the skills they need. And to ensure that, we have 50% of our total funds dedicated to adult and dislocated workers who are in need of training and upskilling. Next slide, please. This is a very important slide. This slide shows the different industries that we're involved in, that we provide training for. And those industries are businesses and professional services, the healthcare industry, retail, culinary and hospitality, IT, manufacturing, transportation, distribution and logistics, as well as construction. It is construction season, and we do have an initiative to get individuals trained and to connect them to opportunities in that industry as well. Next slide. You can go on to the next one. This slide just shows how we're performing as a state, which we are doing very well in all of our outcomes. When it comes to job seeker performance, we are definitely proud of that. This slide shows a little bit of breakdown with the last complete program year of who we serve, what our job seekers look like. We're about 50-50 male, female. 55% of those we serve are Black, 23% Latinx, 25% white, and 4% Caucasian. Next slide, please. How do we meet employers' needs? We help to promote employer openings. We also offer layoff aversion and downsizing services to those businesses who may be closing or having to lay off workers. We go out and make sure that all those who are impacted know where to find services, and we connect them to those particular services. When it comes to human resource consultation, we make sure that sometimes there are businesses who may be smaller, who aren't used to creating job descriptions to promote their needs. We also work with those individuals as well to promote those needs. And all these services are offered to employers at no cost. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. What are we doing in the age of the COVID-19 pandemic? We have so much that is happening at the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership. We are happy to say that here in Chicago, the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership was awarded the city's contact tracing grant. So we have over 600 individuals working to do contact tracing for the city. Some of those have now been transferred to work with the vaccination pods to assist individuals with getting their vaccines and staying in contact with those individuals. When it comes to racial equity, we are definitely involved in that particular work to ensure that everyone is treated fairly, regardless of whatever race or ethnicity they are, and that they have quality jobs. Again, I just talked about rapid response and how we support businesses who may have to lay off workers, and all that we do to ensure that those job seekers find other opportunities. In this initiative, we work with the Illinois Department of Commerce, and we also work with Illinois Department of Employment and Security with those presentations. During the pandemic, we offer virtual services online. Again, there's coding and there's other Excel trainings that we do to assist job seekers with getting their skills up to date and to ensure that they remain competitive. Next slide, please. Other initiatives we're involved in: CHA, the Chicago Housing Authority. We work with the Housing Authority to place individuals who are voucher holders to help get them skills that they need and to ensure that they get employed in career initiatives. Chicago Codes is a 10-week coding boot camp that we fund, and that involves getting individuals involved in the IT sector. That also comes with a stipend while people are in class so they can learn. The last cohort just graduated. Out of 15 individuals who finished that particular class 2 months ago, 8 are already employed. Construction Works is an initiative where we're working to recruit and train and place and make individuals who are aware in that particular sector make them aware of opportunities that are available. We currently have the Chicago Transit Authority's RPM contract, which is upscaling part of the CTA line and stations, and we are enrolling individuals and connecting those to opportunities with contractors who are scheduled to do the work on that rail. Next slide, please. We also have a young adult workforce portal called Road Trip Nation that is for young adults 18 to 24. If you know young adults who are looking to get some job skills and learn about how to become employed and also do some career search and learn about different opportunities, there are a number of videos on that website where you can hear from leaders in different industries about how they got started in that industry and to offer advice. It is a very interactive site. I would recommend all young adults to get involved in that. We also have an initiative with the county, suburban Cook County, called Opportunity Works, and that is getting young adult job seekers into high growth, high demand sectors. And there is an opportunity to do paid internships with that particular initiative. And again, that is for suburban Cook County young adults only. The next initiative we're working with is funded by Aarp Foundation, and that is for job seekers ages 50 and up. If you're interested and you're 50 and up and would like some assistance with your job search, do not let anyone tell you that mature workers, there are no opportunities, because there absolutely are opportunities. As a matter of fact, our employers really enjoy working and hiring individuals in that age group because of the skill that they possess and their outlook and their work ethic. So if you're interested, you're 50 and over and think that this is for you, we can get you connected. You can visit our website, shycookworks.org, under initiatives. We do have 4-week virtual job clubs for individuals who just want to connect, and in that workshop, you will review labor market research, career planning, interview styles, as well as personal branding. There is an opportunity to receive stipends for transportation to get to those job clubs. But of course, we know now that everything is virtual, so this is a great opportunity to be involved. And if you are receive a job opportunity or interview opportunity, we can assist with that, providing transportation to and from those particular opportunities. Next slide, please. What else is happening that's new at the partnership? We are happy to say we received money from the Cook County Justice Advisory Council to work with returning citizens in a pilot program with 150 individuals to work with them pre and post release to find different career services and to provide other resources to help those individuals transition. And it's very important to know that working one-on-one with someone in this situation is critical to their success. So we are pleased to have that particular grant. The partnership also had a national event this morning called A Higher Calling, where we talked to CEOs and presidents of different companies and their policies toward hiring individuals who are returning citizens. We have our opioid emergency grant, which is working with individuals who have been impacted by the opioid epidemic. Those individuals don't necessarily have to have had some type of addiction. They could be impacted by the epidemic, which means if someone lives in an area where there is high drug use or has a family member and they've been impacted in any kind of way, they can receive assistance with training and also one-on-one assistance with finding employment opportunities. The next thing that we're very proud of is that we have our new Chatham Education and Workforce Center. It's located in the heart of the Chatham community, which is Jewel on the south side of Chicago. That Chatham Workforce Center has a maker lab that Jane Addams Resource Center will teach how to work with their 3D printing. We also have a partnership with the Kennedy King College, who will be working with them in that space. We'll also be doing some hiring coming up with a lot of our partners. That center was made possible through grants with Blue Cross Blue Shield, ComEd, Uber, Verizon, and Fifth Third Bank. So we are very excited to be in the Chatham community and offer all these services in that particular building. Next slide, please. And again, this is who we are. We have definitely all these goals. I talked about who we are as a workforce board and our sector-focused strategy. We have a data system where we collect individuals' information to ensure that we can do follow-up and also with our job seekers and also our employer partners. And that's it. Again, if you have any questions, you can go to shycookworks.org to find out more information about who we are, how you can get involved. You can also use that particular site to make sure that you are connecting with a workforce center that's in your particular neighborhood or in your demographic. You can do a search by if you're looking for youth services, if you're looking for adult services, if you have been laid off and are a dislocated worker. You can also look up different agencies who will serve dislocated workers. So we are happy to be here to provide an opportunity for individuals who may be looking for work or may need more time and may feel that after you talk to the employers, you're not quite ready for employment. Our goal is to make sure that you are ready. We look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you for that very thorough presentation, Trina. And again, if you do have any questions for Trina or the folks at Chicago Cook Works, please feel free to enter those into the chat. And I'm sure those folks would be more than happy to help you get an answer to that question. Thank you so much, Trina. Our next presenter will be Marlena with IDES. Marlena will be covering just a brief overview of the resources that are available to veterans and spouses. Marlena, are you available to present?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. You can begin whenever you're ready.
Next slide, please. So my name is Marlena Ragland. I'm a DVOP, which is an acronym for Disabled Veteran Outreach Program Specialist. Disabled in my title does not pertain to the veterans necessarily that we assist. It actually pertains to my status as a disabled veteran. I'm an honorably discharged Army veteran with over 16 years of service. Next slide. So you see LVR and DVOP. You see my acronym as well as LEVER, which stands for Local Veteran Employment Representative. Excuse me, pardon me. Statewide, Illinois has authorized 22 DVOPs and 18 levers. We are considered JVSG staff. JVSG stands for Jobs for Veterans State Grants. It comes from the federal government, and it is under the umbrella of IDES, which is the Illinois Department of Employment Security. Next slide, please. Oh, I'm sorry, previous slide. I apologize. Here it shows lever and DVOP staff. DVOP's education and experience, it says must have a bachelor's degree. However, according to, excuse me, the state of Illinois, it requires knowledge, skill, and mental development equivalent to completion of 4 years of college with courses in social or behavioral sciences, business administration, or marketing. It requires other than a dishonorable discharge from the armed services of the United States, with preference given to qualified disabled veterans and other qualified veterans in that order. Levers, they require knowledge, skill, and mental development equivalent to completion of 4 years of college with courses in social or behavioral service, business administration, or marketing. They require 1 year of professional experience in marketing, public relations, or a related field. And they also require an other than dishonorable discharge from the armed services of the United States. Next slide. So here you see it says DVOP duties. Excuse me. DVOPs are tasked with providing veterans with individualized career and training services. One of the challenges that veterans may face when seeking job opportunities is coined significant barriers to employment, SBEs, in our world, which include issues like substance abuse, mental health issues, homelessness, being a disabled veteran themselves, educational barriers. DVOPs provide intensive services to meet the employment needs of all of the disabled veterans and other eligible veterans, with the maximum emphasis directed towards serving those who are economically or educationally disadvantaged, including homeless veterans and veterans with other barriers to employment. DevOps specialists are actively involved in outreach efforts to increase program participation among those with the greatest barriers to employment. Next slide, please. Leaver duties. So local veteran employment representatives advocate for job-seeking veterans by serving as liaisons with employers and training providers. Local veterans employment representatives, they conduct outreach to employers, and they also engage in advocacy efforts with hiring executives to increase employment opportunities for veterans. They encourage the hiring of disabled veterans and generally assist veterans to gain and retain employment because sometimes employers have certain preconceived notions of what hiring a veteran means, and leavers actually dispel them of those myths. Leaver staff conduct seminars for employers, job search workshops for veterans seeking employment, and they facilitate priority of service in regard to employment training and placement services furnished to veterans by all staff of the employment service delivery system. Next slide, please. To meet the specific needs of veterans, particularly veterans with barriers to employment, the DVOP and the Leaver staff are thoroughly familiar with the full range of job development services and training programs available at the State Workforce Agency, one-stop career centers, Department of Affairs, vocational rehabilitation, both at the federal level and state level, as well as employment program locations. So please do not hesitate to reach out to anyone at the IDES office. Any of the employment services staff would be able to connect you with a DVOP in order to possibly assess whether or not you're eligible for services. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you for that presentation, Marlena. And as a final kind of piece of our presentation here today for job seekers, we will be having just a brief overview of workNet tools and resources that are available to job seekers. David with Illinois workNet will be handling that portion. David, are you available to present, sir? And David, are you there?
Yes, sorry about that. Thank you, Daniel.
No worries.
Let's see, let me put this up on the screen here. All right, good morning, everyone. My name is David Garvey with Illinois workNet, and I wanted to let you know that today's session is being recorded and will be made available on the employer booth pages in our virtual job fair area for each of the employers who presented today. And I also want to talk about the Get Hired website. So Get Hired Illinois is a web portal that's been designed to connect workers with available job and career training opportunities across the state of Illinois. And on this landing page here, job seekers can search for job postings through, excuse me, hang on one moment. From this landing page, job seekers can search for job postings through Illinois workNet by clicking on this Job Seekers Click Here button. You can also look at virtual job fairs on Illinois workNet, such as the one today, by clicking this Virtual Job Fairs Here button. And on this page, you can see a list of employers who are hiring, along with upcoming events. And finally, the online training opportunities button. If you click that, that'll take you to this training page on Illinois workNet. And on here, you can learn about training options that are available to you, from community colleges to WIO-approved training programs, other public and private programs, and apprenticeship opportunities. And back on Get Hired below, this section here are additional resources where you may apply for unemployment insurance and additional resources through this page. I do want to share a few links in the chat here, including the URL of this page, Get Hired, the link to the registration page for tomorrow's breakout room session with participating employers, and the Illinois workNet YouTube channel, where the recordings of these sessions will be posted later today or tomorrow. And with that, I will turn it over to Daniel for any final remarks.
Fantastic. Thank you for that presentation, David. And again, as David stated, this this presentation, excuse me, has been recorded, and along with our job seeker workshop series that was held yesterday, both of these events will be uploaded to that workNet YouTube channel later this afternoon or tomorrow. Again, we just want to encourage you, if you have not yet registered for tomorrow's breakout room session, please go ahead and do so. Again, you need to be sure to register for each of the sessions this week. Doing so for that breakout room session, of course, will grant you access to tomorrow's session, in which you'll be able to meet with those employer reps in their respective breakout rooms. Again, a big thank you to the job seekers who joined us today, obviously to the employer presenters who joined us today and carved out, obviously, a lot of that precious time from your schedules. Much appreciated. And then, of course, last but not least, to all of our partners who, without their assistance, we could not make these events happen. Organizations such as Chicago Cook Works, IDES, so on and so forth. Thank you all for your assistance in getting these events put together. Thank you all to everyone who, again, attended today's session. And again, please join us for our session tomorrow. That, again, will be our final session in which you'll get to speak with those employer representatives. We hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, we hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you.